Last Tuesday, the world's first robot duel took place between the US and Japan, where Sudabashi Heavy Industries' Kuritas Mech faced off against Megabot Inc.'s Iron Glory and Eagle Prime in back-to-back fights. Both matches were live-streamed on Twitch TV with the aim of drumming up interest in an international fighting robot organization. Now, I found that this particular event is a wonderful example of the broader trends for sports entertainment in microcosm. See, during the mid to late 90s and the early 2000s, channels like ESPN started to expand their offerings beyond traditional sports leagues and broadcast alternative or extreme sports like skateboarding and surfing. The market behind these X Games always tried to distance themselves from more traditional sports like football and long jump in order to catch a younger audience. These weren't your dad's sports, and you can follow cool extreme athletes like Tony Hawk or Shaun White instead of boring traditional athletes like Michael Jordan and Emmett Smith. At the same time, what we've come to know as eSports were just starting to get off the ground, and in contrast to more extreme counterparts, eSports always embraced the pageantry and spectacle of more established sports leagues. However, eSports remained relatively overshadowed by X Games in terms of market share until around 2007 with the launch of Twitch. Twitch democratized the live TV landscape by making it cheaper than ever to set up dedicated channels for your preferred form of live content, and esports were particularly well suited to take advantage of this ecosystem to the point that live gameplay now dominates the site's content offering. This new internet landscape upended the effectiveness of the two marketing strategies. The X Games' attempts at appealing to a niche countercultural lifestyle alienated it from the broader audience, and its growth slowed. Meanwhile, esports was able to explode in popularity because of its focus on professional and casual-friendly broadcasts that appealed to a wide audience. It's this kind of second broadcast that Megabots focus on emulating when airing their giant robot duel. The first minute is a preamble drawing a historical connection between MMA, boxing, and the traditional martial arts competitions to the kind of fight about to go down between two robots. The broadcast then quickly introduces the commentary pair of Mike Goldberg and Saudan Theory. The former is a veteran MMA play-by-play commentator, while the later is a robotics engineer whose role is to provide an easy-to-understand background on the more technical aspects of the fight. Alongside the commentators, Mari Takahashi served as a sideline reporter in order to bring each of the team's perspectives to the audience. Info cards broke down both the rules and each of the mechs as though they were both flesh and blood boxers. But why go through all this pageantry? Having two giant machines crash into each other like a human-shaped demolition derby is hella cool, but it doesn't need highly paid commentators, high production interviews, or expensive sets. Some well-placed cameras and a nice arena rental would have been enough to livestream the event to the world, but Megabots Incorporated had bigger ambitions than just a single show match. You see, sports entertainment is not actually sports, it's an advertisement for a lifestyle product. Organizations like the NFL and WWE set up the stage for their competitors to play their games in an exciting and ideally unpredictable fashion, but this sports theater is a vehicle by which organizations are able to advertise either for league merchandise or sponsored product. Buying tickets to a live event might reduce the intrusiveness of some of these advertisements, but you're still bombarded with posters and novelty cups, which encourage you to spend just a little bit more on Gatorade. Advertisers, of course, felt that the gameplay is aspirational, and that by putting themselves in proximity to people like LeBron James, then they'll begin to associate their products with his excellence. As a result, if you want a lifestyle that comes close to resemble people like Lionel Messi, then maybe you can buy his jersey or drink the same sports drink. Many of these post-Twitch sports spectacles can also take this a step further. While you'll most likely never see a professional at your local recreational league, games like Hearthstone and Overwatch have an implicit promise that you're playing on the same platform as the pros. This further implies that if you put in the time and effort to climb the ladder, you too can play against the elite this game has to offer, and maybe even show up on one of their live streams. Suddenly, the lifestyle offered by sports entertainment feels more accessible than ever before, and all it takes is spending time or money on some software. Of course, Megabots is in an entirely different financial league, since it costs millions of dollars to finance a fighting robot, but as construction methods get nailed down and material costs get cheaper with scale and 3D printing, I wouldn't be surprised if amateur leagues started showing up with lower buy-ins. It's almost as though we've entered a kind of golden age of sports entertainment where new and novel leagues can spring up and sustain themselves. Granted, time will tell if this is a new age of sports entertainment or just a bubble waiting to pop. So what do you think? Are esports a permanent fixture of our sports entertainment landscape? Is it possible for a single games league to have as long a lifespan as soccer or baseball? Who do you think is better at FIFA, LeBron James or Marshawn Lynch? Leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.